Okay, let's talk album sales. Music just isn't selling the way that it once was. Like everybody's flopping now. Even Sean fucking Mendez put out, I think, what, two singles or something. Like he's preparing his next release, and I think it was about a month ago or so. It's quite recently, not long ago. He put out a few singles, and they either missed the charts or they fell out of the charts really quick. Like landed. I don't even think it was in the top 100 or some shit, but. Music's in a weird place, bro. Like everybody's flopping. Doesn't matter how big of a celebrity, how big your music was. You're just like flopping. Now, I don't know what is considered a flop though, because a lot of these artists are still managing to get like a top 10, but yet it's called a flop. So I guess compared to the fact that all their other albums reached either top 5 or like number ones, I have no idea how that works or what. People are just calling a lot of things a flop these days. But yeah, a top 10 to me, I would be quite happy with, but I guess who the fuck am I? So with Katy Perry's new album, it's expected that she pulls in 42,000 units by the end of its week. That's not bad in my opinion, but I guess it is compared to her previous albums and its sales. The predicted Billboard 200 debut is number 10 to 15. So somewhere around there. When you look at other people's album sales like Usher's, in the States, it reached number 2 on the Billboard 200, earning 91,000 album equivalent units, calculated from 45.82 million on-demand streams and 53,000 pure album copies. When you look at J-Lo, This Is Me Now, it's the first album to miss the top 20 off of the charts. Pure album sales comprised 14,000, 6,000 on CDs, 5,000 on vinyl, and digital download sales comprised 3,000. Paris Hilton's new album, Infinite Icon, debuted at number 38 on the US Billboard 200 chart with 18,000 album units being sold. That's actually not bad. She's had like no promotion on that. Strange enough that she even made the charts. Shit. Justin Timberlake's album, Everything I Thought It Was, debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard 200, earning 67,000 units. Now, I remember these albums didn't stay on the charts for long. Like Usher's, I think it was like 5 to 6 weeks. That's quite fair. J-Lo's, I think it was 2 to 3 weeks. Shania Twain's album, Queen of Me, the album debuted at number 10 on the US Billboard 200, earning 38,000 units. So 34,000 of those being album sales, becoming Twain's 6th top 10 album in the country. Again, that was considered a flop, but that I think only was on the charts for 2 weeks. So music, a lot of these albums aren't staying on the charts long. So that just gives you an idea that music doesn't have that, like, it doesn't marinate and create those memories like the music we grew up on. So that's my concern with music now, is that it doesn't have a chance to live. It doesn't have a chance to become a part of your soundtrack. It's like we're just moved on to the next fucking thing within 3 days, and it's crazy. Speaking of new albums, Nelly Furtado's 7 album, really fucking good. I'm actually quite impressed with how good it is. It took me a few listens. Like I didn't really know what I was expecting based off of the single choices in the beginning. I was kind of like, it's probably some like TikTok shit that she's trying to do. I didn't give a fuck for it at first, but then it came out. People kept posting it, and it's really good and shit. So I checked it out. Not that I didn't like it at first. I guess I just had to like understand the sound that she was going for. And the moment I put it on my fucking car, like, oh man, the songs on that shit, like, it's a really good album. Love that she does something different every single album. The last one she did, was it called The Ride, the independent one? That was a good album, a very underrated album of hers. One that got completely missed and overlooked. Definitely worth a listen if you haven't heard it. It's different. It's very experimental in its sound. I guess that's what I appreciate about it, is like the approach to it. I like hearing people do different things, not the same thing over and over again. She just kind of like, she made music just to make music, like something that she really wanted to make on that one. This was another one that I kind of got that vibe. I think that's one thing about Nelly Furtado, is that she doesn't get credit for being the like natural artist that she is. She had an interview on The Breakfast Club recently where she talked about being ADHD, like living with it and such, and then her relationship, the start of it with Timberland, and it's a good interview. She's quite wired. What's funny is that she talked about the ADHD thing, and that's like, I don't know, I guess that's that thing about her that makes her Nelly Furtado, and the reason why we like her music, and the exact reason why we could imagine her linking up with Timberland and make the music that they did and such. Like Tim always gets the weird ones, if that makes sense, and it fits. He knows how to work with it, and I guess that's what makes her special in that sense. Another new album that came out was from Olivia Longott. Yeah, she was on Love and Hip Hop. She just put out an album. It's called You Are. So I'll say this: it's a good album, but it sounds like it was like kind of thrown together. The album cover, I wish it was packaged differently. Again, it's just I kind of expected a little bit something better. This just kind of like sounded like it was thrown together, but still a really nice listen. When you just take the tracks, I think a lot of them kind of came out. That's why I was kind of like, oh, I heard these type of things. So I still think her best music to this day is the stuff she made while her time with G Unit. I wish that would come out, or she would kind of tap into that stuff a little bit more, even though like I know it's dated and shit. I just like the fact that she didn't try to do some new bullshit. There is that one song that was like, fuck. She made this album in memory of her mom. That's why it's titled that. The title track, the first song on the album, is actually dedicated to her mom. So one thing about Olivia that I really love about her, that she probably doesn't even get credit for at all, is her vocals. You can tell she's very influenced by Brandy, the harmonies, the layouts, the structuring and such. Definitely worth a listen. Like, go listen to it. It's not bad. It's just when you critique it as like an album type of thing, it's just kind of like it was just thrown together. So I just wish that she would, I don't know, someone get her a good album, like piece it together properly, because she's so deserving of it, man. Like, fuck. Oh, by the way, shit. Yeah, I reached 1,000 subscribers, so a big thank you to everybody. Subscribe, follow my shit, tuning in, connecting with me in the comments, giving me your thoughts, your feedback on a lot of shit, and I just love it. I love interacting with you guys. I appreciate every single one of you, and again, thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, like, comment, subscribe. Oh yeah, I make music. I put out a new album called Made in Vanier. All my stuff is available on streaming platforms, Tidal, Spotify, Amazon, anything music plays on, you can find me on. SAMMAE. There's other stuff up there, my Hit Me Up EP, Midnight at the Concord, Antiquity. So it's very like boom bap, old school hip hop. I produce a lot of my stuff. I've also been working with other artists, which I'll be soon posting content of, like just the creating process of making music and getting into the vibe with them, pushing their music and performances and all the other such. But I'll still be doing my podcast and the YouTube hot topics thing. I truly, that's where I love interacting with you guys. Yeah, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.